All right, White's faithful, gather round because what I'm about to tell you is going to send shockwaves through Elland Road. We've got 3 absolute bombshells dropping today that could shape the entire trajectory of Leeds United's Premier League survival mission. And trust me, you're not going to believe what's happening behind the scenes at Thorpe Arch. First up, there's a teenage sensation who's been tearing it up in the academy, and Daniel Farke has just pulled him into the senior squad again. This kid is being compared to a certain Gray who left us for big money, and the gaffer clearly sees something special brewing. But here's the kicker. Can this youngster actually force his way past a midfield enforcer who's been absolutely dominating the Premier League tackle charts? We're talking European elite numbers here, people. Then we've got our Japanese maestro opening up his heart about life at Leeds, and let me tell you, the confession he's made about nearly walking away from our beloved club will make your blood run cold. Plus, he's revealed which Premier League rival he's absolutely desperate to face, and the reason why will give you goosebumps. This is pure passion, pure loyalty, and pure Leeds United DNA. And finally, oh boy, this is where it gets brutal. We've got a manager delivering an absolutely savage verdict on one of our big summer signings. A defender who cost serious money, who was supposed to walk straight into the starting 11, is now sitting on the sidelines watching others shine. The question everyone's asking, has Daniel Farke made a monumental mistake? Or is this tactical genius at its finest? So smash that LIKE button right now. DROPA comment telling me which story you're most nervous about, and if you haven't subscribed yet, what are you waiting for? Hit that bell icon because this channel is your home for all things Leeds United. But before we dive into the madness, let me ask you this. What happens when youth ambition collides with veteran dominance? When loyalty is tested by ambition, and when big money signings become expensive bench warmer? Buckle up, Whites fans, this is about to get intense. Let's start with the kid who might just save Leeds millions. Reece Chadwick, remember that name, Leeds faithful, because this 18-year-old midfielder might just be the answer to our prayers. Daniel Farke has called him up to senior training AGAIN ahead of the Tottenham clash at Elland Road, and the whispers round Thorpe Arch are getting louder by the day. This isn't some flash-in-the-pan academy kid getting a token appearance in a training video, oh no. Chadwick has been integral at U21 level. He was handpicked by Farke for the preseason tour of Germany alongside just for other youngsters. And now he's rubbing shoulders with the senior squad for the second time in recent weeks. The comparisons? They're saying he's the next Archie Gray, and we all know how that story ended, don't we? Big money, Premier League move, and Leeds fans left wondering what if. But here's where it gets absolutely fascinating. Whites fans, our midfield is fully fit. All 5 senior midfielders are available, healthy, and ready to go. So why is Farke bringing Chadwick into the fold? Is this a sign that someone's about to be dropped? Is this the gaffer planning for rotation? Or, and this is the million-dollar question, is Chadwick actually that good that Farke can't ignore him anymore? Now, let me paint you a picture of what Chadwick is up against. Sean Longstaff has been an absolute titan since joining Leeds. In fact, since making his first Premier League start on August 30th, no player, and I mean nobody in the entire Premier League, has made more tackles than our boy Sean. That number, 19 tackles, level with Tottenham's Joao Paulinho, who will be facing this weekend. And it's not just defensive work either. Only 3 players have created more chances than Longstaff in that same period, with 8 key passes to his name. So Chadwick, as talented as he is, faces a mountain to climb. He's looking at displacing a 27-year-old who's playing the best football of his career, alongside Anton Stach and Ethan Ampadu, who are all firing on all cylinders. The competition is ruthless. But you know what? The fact that Farke keeps calling him up tells us everything we need to know. This kid can play as a central midfielder, a defensive midfielder, and even drop into center back if needed. That versatility could save Leeds millions in the transfer market if he develops properly. With the club prioritizing Premier League survival, having homegrown talent ready to step up is absolutely crucial. The training footage doesn't lie. Whites fans, Chadwick is there, working hard, learning from the best, and waiting for his moment. Will Saturday against Spurs be too soon? Almost certainly. But mark my words, this kid's time is coming, and when it does, Elland Road is going to erupt. But speaking of players who've already won over the Leeds faithful, let's talk about someone whose loyalty nearly wasn't guaranteed. Right, let's talk about Adanaka. the Japanese magician who stole our hearts last season and has just dropped a confession. That should make every single Leeds fan appreciate him even more. But first, we need to address the elephant in the room. Why isn't he starting games right now? Last season, Tanaka was untouchable, signed for a bargain £3.4 million from Fortuna Dusseldorf. He absolutely dominated the championship. We're talking PFA Team of the Season level performances here, Whites fans. His composure on the ball, his press resistance, his ability to control the tempo of a match, it was magnificent to watch. But this season, he's been on the bench, watching Sean Longstaff and Anton Stach run the show alongside Ethan Ampadu. Now, some fans might be panicking, thinking has Tanaka lost it? But hold your horses. Both he and Ampadu have had injury issues this season. And when you're not 100% fit in the Premier League, you get left behind. That's just the brutal reality. Plus, remember that mistake against Bournemouth when he came off the bench. That error led to their equalizer. And even Graham Smythe is worried about our Japanese midfielder's confidence after that moment. But here's the bombshell that shows you exactly what kind of character Tanaka is. He admitted he would have left Leeds if we hadn't been promoted. Can you imagine? If we'd failed in the playoffs, if we bottled it again, Tanaka would be playing somewhere else right now. That's how much playing in the Premier League meant to him, and honestly, can we blame him? The man's 27 years old, in his prime, and he wanted to test himself at the highest level. But we did get promoted. And now Tanaka gets to face his compatriots in the biggest league in the world. And this is where the story gets absolutely beautiful, Whites fans. Tanaka went to school with Brighton's Koru Mitoma. They were literally 1 year apart. And when asked to react to Mitoma's goal of the season against Chelsea, Tanaka couldn't contain his admiration. Already 5 stars. The best goal in the world. It's unbelievable. You can hear the respect in his words. But it gets even better. In an interview with Goal, Tanaka revealed he's desperate to face Mitoma. It would have to be Koru. It might be the first and last time in my life. We've only ever played on the same team up until now. He even joked about how Mitoma would read his movements perfectly. How they know each other so well that it would be this incredible chess match on the pitch. He also wants to face Liverpool's Wataru Endo, saying I want to experience just how amazing he is at Liverpool and how much pressure he exerts. This is a man who loves football, who respects his rivals, and who genuinely wanted to be at Leeds United in the Premier League. So yes, he's not starting right now. Yes, he made a mistake against Bournemouth, but his composure and press resistance will be crucial at various points this season, especially when we need to control games and see out results. He's called Shinji Okazaki a legend for what he did at Leicester, and you know what? Tanaka could become a Leeds legend himself if he helps us stay up. The loyalty is there, Whites fans. The quality is there. The passion is definitely there. Tanaka just needs his moment to shine again, and when it comes, we better be ready to back him to the hilt. But not everyone at Leeds is feeling the love right now. And that brings us to our final and most controversial story. All right, Whites faithful, it's time to talk about the elephant in the dressing room. And this one hurts. Jaka Bijol, the big summer signing from Udinese, 63 caps for Slovenia. A defender who was supposed to walk straight into our starting 11 and solidify our backline. The reality? He hasn't played a single minute of Premier League football this season. Zero, not 1 second. And now, his own national team manager has delivered an absolutely savage verdict on his Leeds United future, basically saying, don't expect him to play anytime soon. Let me break down just how brutal this situation has become. Bijol was suspended for the opening game of the season. Bad luck, sure. But then Pascal Struich and Joe Rodon formed such a rock-solid partnership that Daniel Farke couldn't justify breaking them up. Fair enough, you might think. But then came the Carabao Cup against Sheffield Wednesday, Bijol's big chance to impress, to show Farke what he's all about. And what happened? He delivered a below-par performance as Leeds got absolutely dumped out of the competition. Not the statement he needed to make, is it? Slovenia boss Matěj Kek didn't mince words when asked about Bijol's situation at Leeds. According to Equipa, he said, the team is starting to play well. They are not conceding goals. Why would Farke change? Add to that an unfortunate match in the cup, and things have come together like this, ouch. That's your own national team manager basically admitting you're stuck on the bench, because you messed up your one opportunity. Now, let's look at the brutal statistics. Whites fans, Joe Rodon, 6 Premier League appearances, 540 minutes played Pascal Struij, 6 Premier League appearances. 540 minutes played Jaka Bijol, 0 Premier League appearances. 0 minutes played Sebastian Borno, 0 Premier League appearances. 0 minutes played to new center backs brought in this summer, and neither has gotten a look in. But here's the thing, can we really blame Farke? Leeds have been solid at the back. Why fix what isn't broken? The gaffer has always said players keep their place as long as they perform well. And Rodin and Struij have been absolutely immense. But spare a thought for Bijol, yeah? The man probably thought he was joining Leeds to be a guaranteed starter, to help fire us back to where we belong. And instead he's watching from the sidelines wondering when, or if, his chance will come. It's the same situation Lucas Perry might find himself in when he recovers from injury, with Karl Darlow keeping things tight between the sticks. This is Daniel Farke showing his ruthless side. Whites fans, sentiment doesn't matter. Price tags don't matter. Reputation doesn't matter. Performance is all that counts. And right now, Bijol hasn't performed when given the chance, so he sits and waits. The big question is, was this a waste of money? Or is Farke playing the long game, knowing that with so many matches ahead, injuries and suspensions will happen, and when they do, Bijol needs to be ready to step up and prove himself. So there you have it, Leeds faithful. 3 stories, 1 unified truth. This season is about survival, competition, and proving yourself every single day. We've got a teenage prodigy knocking on the door, a Japanese maestro waiting for his moment to shine again, and a big money signing fighting for his Leeds United career. Drop a comment right now, which story shocked you most? Are you excited about Reece Chadwick's potential? Do you think Tanaka deserves more game time? And should Farke give Bijol another chance, or stick with what's working? Smash that subscribe button, hit the notification bell, and let's keep this conversation going. Because one thing's for certain, being a Leeds United fan is never boring. Marching on together.